Did you know olive oil can help prevent obesity, protect your brain from aging, and reduce your risk of heart disease? Olive oil has earned its reputation as a true superfood worldwide because of the many ways it can help your body stay healthy. Many people claim that drinking olive oil first thing in the morning on an empty stomach can flush toxins from your body and bring several other health benefits. But is this really true? While scientists haven't fully studied this specific morning ritual, there's plenty of solid evidence showing that olive oil offers remarkable benefits for your overall health. From lowering cholesterol and fighting inflammation to strengthening your immune system, olive oil does it all. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. Make sure you stick around until the end, because I'll reveal how olive oil can dramatically improve your bone health in a way most people have never heard about. This hidden benefit could save you from serious health problems as you age. So if you're ready to learn how this golden liquid in your kitchen cabinet could transform your health, let's jump right in. 1. Helps prevent obesity. One of the main benefits of olive oil is its ability to help prevent obesity. Now, you might find this hard to believe since olive oil contains quite a few calories, but research actually links it to lower obesity rates. A fascinating study from Spain split participants into two groups. One group cooked with olive oil, while the other used different cooking oils. After tracking them for 6 years, researchers weighed everyone and discovered that the olive oil users had significantly lower rates of obesity compared to those using other oils. How does this work? Olive oil helps your body decrease what experts call lipotoxicity, basically the amount of fat cells in your body. This leads to less fat building up around your vital organs. Plus, olive oil is packed with monounsaturated fats, which have been shown to support fat loss when included in a healthy diet. 2. Reduces heart problems. When it comes to keeping your heart healthy, olive oil stands out as an excellent replacement for butter and margarine. Studies have found that people who consume just half a tablespoon of olive oil daily have a 15% lower chance of developing cardiovascular disease. Even more impressive, simply swapping 1 teaspoon of butter with olive oil each day could cut your heart disease risk by about 5%. Cholesterol plays a major role in heart disease. When you have too much LDL, the bad cholesterol, in your bloodstream, it builds up inside your arteries. Over time, this buildup can slow down or completely block blood flow to your heart. The good news? The monounsaturated fats in olive oil work to lower your body's LDL cholesterol levels, which directly reduces your risk of heart disease. 3. Loaded with antioxidants. You should also know that olive oil contains powerful antioxidants. These antioxidants battle free radicals, harmful compounds that can seriously damage your body when they accumulate over time. Free radicals have been connected to heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and many other health problems. Thankfully, antioxidants help keep these dangerous compounds under control. While your body naturally produces some antioxidants, the ones found in foods like olive oil provide extra support in fighting off free radicals. Olive oil contains numerous antioxidants, including vitamin E and phenolic acid, which help maintain your health and lower your risk of developing various illnesses. 4. Reduces inflammation. As we just mentioned, olive oil is packed with antioxidants, making it one of the most effective anti-inflammatory foods available. One particular antioxidant worth highlighting is oleocanthal, which research shows works similarly to ibuprofen in reducing inflammation and easing pain throughout the body. 5. Anti-aging effects. Olive oil has also demonstrated impressive anti-aging properties. The monounsaturated fats it contains may actually slow down aging effects on your skin. One interesting study revealed that people who regularly consumed more olive oil showed fewer signs of aging after just 2 years compared to those who ate less. The vitamin E in olive oil is well known for its skin benefits. Some beauty experts even suggest applying olive oil around your eyes to minimize wrinkles. However, there isn't much scientific research on using olive oil directly on the skin, so you might be better off simply adding it to your meals to enjoy all its health advantages. Improves brain function. You might not realize it, but olive oil also supports better brain function. Now, I'm not saying it will instantly make you smarter, but research shows it helps protect against cognitive decline, especially in older adults. Multiple studies have found connections between consuming extra virgin olive oil and improved brain function, and it may even lower your chances of developing Alzheimer's disease or dementia. The ingredient most likely responsible for these brain benefits is oleuropein, a compound with protective effects on brain cells. Extra virgin olive oil contains particularly high levels of oleuropein, so including it in your daily diet could help safeguard your brain health and keep your mind sharp as you age. Helps with diabetes. Another valuable benefit of olive oil is its positive effect on diabetes management. Type 2 diabetes affects millions of adults and can seriously impact overall health. When someone has type 2 diabetes, their body doesn't properly use insulin to control blood sugar levels. Olive oil can be particularly helpful for people with diabetes because it helps boost insulin levels, allowing the body to regulate blood sugar more effectively. Several studies have shown that diabetic patients have higher insulin and lower blood sugar levels after eating meals that include olive oil. 8. Contains antibacterial properties. It's worth pointing out that olive oil also offers natural antibacterial benefits. Not only does it protect your body from harmful free radicals, but it also helps fight dangerous bacteria. The polyphenols in olive oil are especially good at combating certain bacteria that live in the stomach and can cause ulcers and even cancer if left unchecked. Consuming just 1 tablespoon of olive oil daily can help stop various harmful bacteria from growing, or even eliminate them completely from your system. Improves skin health. Olive oil also works wonders for skin health. We already touched on its anti-aging effects, but it offers several other skin benefits too. First, it has excellent moisturizing properties, making it ideal for treating dry or itchy skin. The vitamin E in olive oil can also effectively help clear up acne and reduce blemishes. Its antioxidant and antibacterial qualities contribute to healthier skin as well. That said, results can vary when using olive oil directly on skin. If you have sensitive skin, be careful about applying olive oil to your face, as it might cause irritation or clog pores. As mentioned earlier, you might find it better to simply include it in your diet to enjoy all its health benefits together. 10. Provides relief for constipation. And here's something many people don't know. Olive oil can provide natural relief from constipation. Olive oil has mild laxative effects and offers a much safer alternative to many over-the-counter constipation remedies. The healthy fats in olive oil help your stool absorb more water, which softens it and allows it to move through your digestive system more easily. Olive oil also helps soften the lining of your intestines, promoting healthier and more regular bowel movements. What could be more convenient than that? Boosts immune system. Olive oil also gives your immune system a significant boost. The vitamin E and other antioxidants in olive oil help strengthen your body's natural defenses against illness. Regular consumption of olive oil has been linked to improved immune response, helping your body fight off common infections more effectively. This is especially important during cold and flu season, or as we age and our immune systems naturally weaken. Promotes bone health. And here's that surprising benefit I promised. Olive oil actually helps strengthen your bones. Recent research suggests that compounds in olive oil can increase calcium absorption and reduce bone loss. This is particularly important for older adults who face higher risks of osteoporosis. Some studies have found that people who regularly consume olive oil have higher bone density compared to those who don't include it in their diet. This makes olive oil an excellent addition to your meals for maintaining strong, healthy bones throughout your life. Real quick, friends, please hit that like button. It really helps support our channel, and I truly appreciate it. And while you're down there, click subscribe as well, because we have tons of other videos that I think you'll find helpful and interesting. I hope you enjoyed learning about these amazing benefits of olive oil, and now have a better understanding of how this simple kitchen staple can improve your health in so many ways. Remember, while the evidence is strong for many of these benefits, research is still ongoing in some areas. As always, be sure to talk with your doctor before making any significant changes to your diet, especially if you have existing health conditions. Just a final reminder, we are not medical professionals. This video is strictly for informational purposes. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have a wonderful day, and as always, breathe easy, my friends.